Hey, what's going on, Atlanta Falcons fans, man? Y'all know who it is. Your boy, Antoine Smitty Smith. And I'm just going to stop through right quick to give y'all my thoughts on Josh Edwards. All 32 NFL team needs for all 32 teams a position for all teams that he feel like they can improve on going into the regular season. Training camp is almost here and preseason and all that good stuff. But when you think about what the Falcons need, man, I still feel like they have need at an interior and defensive lineman. Even though they equip themselves at the edge rusher position, I still feel they need a veteran big body guy, a space eater on the defensive line. They had that in Rook. He's going to take over Grady Jerry, who left for Chicago, Falcon veteran. But Brandon Dorless, who only played in one game last year, I think he's going to be the other guy they're counting on. And if y'all didn't know, I think they're switching to a 4-3 this year. So both of those guys are going to be key. You look at Taquan Graham, the veteran. And so I still feel like that interior line needs help. But Josh Edwards thinks the cornerback needs help. And this is what he said. I'm not going to hold y'all, but he said Atlanta left a little chance this year when it came to investing in the pass rush. After initially drafting Jalon Walker at 15, Falcons sacrificed first-round pick in 2026 to move back up to take James Pearce Jr., and that was true. They needed edge rush, been needed for years. Now they take the chance all at once with two guys. And I think that was the right move. Even though we haven't had luck in the second round, let's see if we can get better luck with both of these first round picks. But he finishes off by saying a corner opposite AJ Terrell is not a focal point with wide receiver also going into consideration. And I agree with that to a certain extent because they probably could use another veteran. There are guys like Amari Cooper still out there in the free agent pool. But let me give y'all a couple of cornerback free agent names that I think the Falcons could possibly look at as veterans. One is Stephon Gilmore, who I think is going to go back to Dallas. But James Bradbury, Kendall Fuller, Rasul Douglas, Mike Hilton, who I think I did a video on a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, that I feel like could be a veteran to the Falcons. He can play the nickel very well. He's a zone corner that fits well in this system with Jerry Gray and Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich. Rasul Douglas, who I did a video on about a week ago, he could be another nice fit. But Asante Samuel Jr. is a name that intrigues me, knowing that he could be one of those guys could slip under the radar and come in for a workout and be signed. Even though I think he's going to be looking for market value, I don't think he'll get it because he's recovering from an injury, so it'll be a one-year prove-it deal. So in that case, I think those defensive backs could be nice fits for the Falcon opposite AJ Terrell. Now, this is no slack to Mike Hughes, who signed a 3-year, $18 million deal. And I think he's going to be the number 2 corner. And you're going to see guys behind him like Clark Phillips III. You're also going to see who else? D. Alford, who's a nickel. You're going to see Mike Ford, who came back, who's really a special teams guy. Keith Taylor, same thing. So they're going to probably need help at that position. Nickelback, Billy Bowman Jr. has that sewed up, I think. And then you have Kobe Bryant, who's probably going to play nickel or play behind AJ Terrell. Depending on how he works out and if he makes this roster, I think he could be a nice fit at the cornerback too. And a lot of Falcon fans are kind of intrigued that he might take that number 2 spot at some point this year. But I could see why he says it, and he says wide receiver as well. And honestly, I kind of disagree with the wide receiver position because I think we have enough depth at wide receiver because we know who the main 3 are. McLeod, London, and Mooney. Then you have Casey Washington, who played just a little bit last year. Cordero Hodge, who's a special teams captain, and also contributed at the wide receiver 3 position last year. Jamal Agnew, who's mainly a special teams guy. Chris Blair, who's been here for a couple of years. Dylan Drummond, Nick Nash, who a lot of people are raving about, Falcon fans and coaches. Jesse Matthews, Makai Polk, David Seals, and Quincy Skinner Jr., who's a sleeper to make this team. The kid out of Vanderbilt has world-class speed, decent hands, and runs decent routes. So with the wide receiver position, I can see why he says that. But I think since they had the 3 main guys set, they'll be fine. And then you got to think about Kyle Pitts at the tight end position as a receiver. This is a big year for him. Hope he pulls it together and finally gives us what we need at that position. So if you think about it, cornerback is definitely still a need as far as veterans, but wide receiver not so much. But the cornerback position, do you still think is a need for the Falcons? Let me know. Drop those comments. And is there a free agent cornerback out there that you think the Falcons should bring in for a workout and possibly sign if they can afford it? And speaking of afford it, I think the Falcons have a $4.9 million in cap space right now. So they're a little bit on the short side when it comes to salary cap. So maybe they may have to wait till after preseason or right before the season to sign someone, get a cap casualty here and there. So it'll be interesting to see going into the season what they're going to do. But like I said, man, y'all drop those comments as far as cornerbacks y'all would bring in, or do the Falcons need another veteran corner? Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we do it. On the Sports Machine, this your boy Antoine Smitty Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.